Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. You know, it's time to grab a cup of joe and enjoy the show. We have a fun one for you today. I am hopping behind the bar at Edwin Spirits and learning how to mix up some of their fabulous new winter cocktails and mocktails. So you can take some notes on what you want to try the next time you visit them or watch to get some ideas for your upcoming holiday gatherings. Are you ready? Let's get mixing.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Edwin Spirits. I am back behind the bar at Edwin Spirits, and they just released their winter cocktail menu. And joining me now is Kristen Collins, the co-owner here at Edwin Co. Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Okay, so new cocktails,
Yes.
new season.
Yes.
So exciting.
That's
So give
right.
me just kind of an overview of what you all have put together.
Yeah, so we try to always offer a little something for everyone. You might not enjoy every cocktail on the menu, but hopefully you'll find something that you really love.
Yeah.
So we've got new cocktails in general because we have high rye bourbon on the menu for the first time this season. It was released last May, so this is the first time we've gotten to really play around with those winter flavors and that high rye bourbon. We also have a couple of cocktails that are inspired by our recent releases, the Maple Old Co. and our Honey Old Co. So got a couple of cocktails up our sleeve to show you how to utilize those.
Yes, I'm so excited because that Honey Co, I mean, it's so smooth.
Super smooth, kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I'm excited to mix up some of the drinks again. Okay, so what is it that we're gonna make first?
So the first, we're going to do a classic with our high rye bourbon, the Revolver.
The Revolver,
cocktail.
okay.
Yes. So it's kind of in that vein of an espresso martini. I would say this is up a notch though, you know, high rye bourbon especially. Not all bourbons are as spicy as ours. And so it does offer a unique flavor, and then we do our own house coffee liqueur. And we use real espresso beans from local Country Roads Coffee. We infuse that for a week's time.
Wow.
Yeah, with real vanilla bean, cocoa nibs. So it's pretty delicious in and of
It
itself.
tastes good. Okay, where should I get started?
So we're gonna take our high rye bourbon first,
Okay.
and fill our jigger to the 2-ounce mark, which is the very, very top.
All right.
We always measure our pours because you do want to drink responsibly, and cocktails catch up to you in a hurry, especially this one. This is perhaps a one and doneer because it's essentially straight alcohol.
I like that. Okay.
So coffee liqueur, we're gonna flip that jigger over to the other side and fill it up with 1 ounce, so to the rim on that one. Coffee liqueur, instead of just an infusion, we do add a little bit of our house simple syrup to the end, so there is a bit of sweetness from that. That's what makes it that liqueur. And then we're gonna take a couple dashes of orange bitters.
Okay. Wonderful.
And I really commit to my dashes. I'm pretty hearty with them. One more of those,
more?
in
Okay.
fact. Yeah.
Yes.
Add some nice aromatics, kind of spice flavor. And then we're gonna stir this. And you wanna take an ice scoop and put in at least as high, if not a little more, of your liquid volume to ensure that you don't over dilute and that you properly chill your cocktail.
About right
and then,
there?
yeah, and then you're just gonna give that a good stir for about 20 to 30 seconds.
And using the technique that you taught me.
Yes,
the
that's
roundabout.
right. So the back of the spoon hits the glass, and you've got it up between your fingers, and it's a little wrist action that goes there. And you'll continue, it feels like a little bit of a long time, but remember, this is straight alcohol. You really want the dilution in there, and you want to help your volume rise.
Okay.
This is going to go in a coupe glass, which
I love a coupe glass.
yes, I think I did this to you last time. I forgot to chill, but at home, if you throw some ice cubes in that beforehand, that'll give you a nice chilled glass to pour into. And then we're gonna double strain this. So that means that we're gonna use our Hawthorne strainer there, fancy one, and our little mesh one, which is just meant to catch any little ice shards that would otherwise fall into your cocktail and kind of continue to dilute it over time and just kind of affect the mouthfeel or the texture of the cocktail.
Yeah. Nice detail.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would think we might be finished, but this is the super fun part that I'm excited to see you in action do. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and trim off a little bit of this orange peel, about a 1 to 2 inch by 2 inch circle is the goal. Ideally, just going through the pith the white. That was about perfect.
Okay,
and
awesome.
then we're gonna take a match and we're actually gonna heat up that outer peel a little bit to start warming the oils in the orange peel itself.
Okay.
And then after that, we've got a fun little flashy bit to make you really
Warm
feel
the
like
oils,
a
all
true
right.
bartender here.
Yes. All right. All
So
right,
we're just
you
gonna
say
hold that right over the
one.
cocktail, warm up that skin there a little bit, and then you'll hold the match over the cocktail, and then you're gonna give it a little distance, and you're gonna give a quick squeeze to try to express the oils. Ooh, you did
Wow.
it. That was excellent. Perfect. Perfect. That is well done.
And then through it?
Yeah, we're actually gonna make it like that is perfect.
Okay.
You've got the right idea. It'll be like a little medallion in the center. You can kind of flatten it out or you can keep it curved, whatever your preference on the appearance is. And then we're just gonna rest that across the rim of the glass. Other way is nice because you get all that orange. And just to the edge will help secure it. Beautiful, you did it.
All right, that's it.
That's
Yay,
it.
we did that.
First revolver.
That's exciting. Okay, guys. Well, that was a flash of fiery fun. So next, let's have a little tasty taste. Ooh. It's hitting me in a couple of different ways. You know what this tastes like? It reminds me, if I was to imagine an espresso martini old fashioned, like the blend between the two. So you get the best of both worlds, because I love both of those drinks. And then it gives that little smokiness from the fire. I see what you did with the orange.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, the revolver. On to the next. Okay, Kristen, what's the next drink?
Next is Good as Gold.
Okay.
It's been on our menu for a few years now. We do use a house-infused rosemary syrup. So pretty tasty infusion on our Old Coke Prohibition-style whiskey. A little bit of orange bitters in there and lovely garnish to make it kind of feel like the holidays. Got some rosemary and orange.
Love rosemary. Okay, where
Yes.
should we start?
Let's do 2 ounces of Old Coke.
Okay.
So that'll be that large side again, all the way to the rim.
Yes. Let's pour like that. Alrighty.
And then we'll take our rosemary syrup. It's actually a rosemary honey syrup. So this would be an excellent cocktail to maybe be inspired by with that honey old co that we were talking about earlier. And so we're gonna go onto that other smaller side. And you and I, we don't like our things overly sweet. So I'm gonna say a ½ ounce for you.
Thanks for looking out for me. Okay, ½ ounce like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then a couple dashes of those orange bitters again in this one.
Yes. Boop. Boop. Like that.
Perfect,
All right.
perfect. And then we're gonna do another one of those wet stirs, only this time, so that's with that ice. You're gonna fill above that
Okay,
rim.
wet stir. Okay.
Yes. Dry would be, you know, you don't often do a dry stir. You might do a dry shake to incorporate powders into a liquid, but wet stir just means you're using that ice. This only 5 stirs, just,
Oh,
you know,
five.
about 5,
1,
yeah.
2.
Light
count it with me.
dilution.
3.
I like it, Nancy.
4.
Let you do that.
5.
You got better moves. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and strain that into our glass. Now this part, you could go ahead and add a big ice cube if you'd like.
Yes.
That actually is kind of nice to pour over the ice cube instead of plopping it in later and maybe splashing on
That look
yourself.
good.
Yeah. And then we'll just pour right over.
Right over it like that.
And because there's ice already in the glass, we're not so worried about those teeny tiny little ice shards that we strained out in that revolver.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
And then we have fresh rosemary. And if you want to give it a little smack, that helps release some of the aromatics. And then you're just going to put that down into your glass, kind of tuck it down into the side there.
Okay.
And then we'll do the same. We dehydrate.
this?
This is a dehydrated orange. And so we just think
just
it feels kind of
orange.
festive this time of year. And, you know, we have quite a lot of excess orange around here. There's many
Right.
old fashions and other cocktails that we sell. So
makes it
this is just a
cute.
nice
I want
little,
that side.
yeah, just kind of
Just like that?
rests down in there. That's right.
All right, and that's
Yeah,
it?
that's
All
it.
righty. That looks good as gold. Okay, let's have a little tasty taste. Ooh. I have to tell you something. Oh my goodness. What I love, I got a double hit of that rosemary because when you bring it up, the scent of it hits you first, and then when you taste it, it's so satisfying. And it's not too sweet, as you made that just right. And one thing I really do love about your cocktails, they're so detailed with the ingredients as you do your mixology. And yet they're so affordable.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't disagree.
Right.
I remember our very first year of business, people thought, I remember a guy said, I don't understand how your prices are so low. And I like, honestly, we cut out the middleman because we distill everything in-house. So we are not paying for that alcohol. We're manufacturing it. So Joe has got a real talent there, and I can just play off that with getting to have lots of fun with these cocktails.
You get to have a real cocktail for like $10 around that, which is so great. Okay. Yeah. And so let's talk about the Honey Old Co. that you kind of mentioned before. So this is your specialty liquor right now. So tell me all about it.
People always want to know, like, how should I use this? And if it's me, you know, or you even, I would probably honestly recommend chilled. You know, you could put it in your freezer. It's not going to freeze. You could dilute it a little bit, similar to what we did here, or put it over a big rock. Have it neat. But if you really just want a little bit more of a cocktail, you can certainly make a little play off this. You don't have to go to the extent of making a rosemary infused syrup like we did. You could pour it in, muddle some rosemary in, and that is a really nice way. You know, orange bitters should be kind of a bar house staple. And so, just mix those up, dilute it like we did here, and you're still gonna have a really tasty cocktail.
Yeah, so that's a great way to make it at home for the holiday season. Perfect for entertaining. So just come by here and get them a bottle of this Honey Co. and you can make easy cocktails. This may be my favorite.
Yes.
But we still have a couple more to go. Let's do it.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Welcome back. I am here at Edwin Co. Spirits checking out their new winter cocktail menu, and joining me is Kristen Collins, the co-owner and mixology expert. Hey there.
Hello.
So we're having so much fun as you're teaching me these specialty cocktails. And one thing I really love about your menu is that you change it out so much seasonally. And you introduce a new, like, 12 to 13 new cocktails?
Yeah, we have at least a dozen new cocktails quarterly, so we roll with the seasonal change. We really try to embrace the flavors that are truly in season and enjoy those while they last.
Yeah, that's pretty great. But I'm so curious because you do change it out so much, and you're changing out the type of cup, what liquor you use, the herbs, the decoration. What is your mixology process?
Well, you know, I'm essentially self-taught in large part, and I have some good help from my husband Joe, my sister-in-law Sarah, and then our collective of crew who are excellent feedback for me. But yeah, it kind of honestly sometimes boils down to what do we need to fill on this menu to help it be a well-rounded menu. So I always like to keep staples on there in terms of cocktail concepts. So a sour, because some people really gravitate toward that more tart flavor. A sweet, something that's highly popular, but you know, it appeals to the masses, but is yet still a good cocktail in the end. So I kind of start there. Glassware and things like that, it's back to a diversity of things. You just really want to highlight those flavors, those pretty garnishes, things like that. And then I am a bit meticulous about trial and error, and the more I do, the more I learn as far as what's going to pair well together. And how much to do of each.
It makes it fun.
Yes.
And one thing that's so cool is having cocktails, but also incorporating mocktails.
Yes.
So we're going to start off with a mocktail cocktail right now, and you all use Lunar Infusions.
We do. We're big fans. We really like Sarah, and she's got a great company with Lunar Infusions, and we think she makes a great product, and we want to offer something to folks and welcome them to come on even if they don't want to partake in necessarily drinking liquor.
Right. And so Lunar Infusions is a kombucha. We talk about kombucha a lot on the show because it's a really great wellness drink. You know, it's infused with the herbs and different things that really does help with your gut health.
Like a digestive.
Okay, so I love mixing it into a really cool mocktail. So where should we begin?
So I've kind of essentially followed the same path, and I've gone with a seasonal, what I feel like are seasonal flavors out of Lunar Infusions kombucha. So I went with Divinity, which is grapefruit, rosemary, moringa, and so we are actually just going to elevate or kind of accentuate the grapefruit and the rosemary flavors. So we're going to use that same rosemary honey syrup that we had earlier today. This kombucha, we're going to do 3 ounces of this.
Nice. And what I like is kombucha has that little sparkly.
It does. And you'll just do 3, so about half of that.
Okay. Awesome.
And then if you want to flip that jigger over and use just the small side for, well, I apologize, I got ahead of myself. The other side is fine. We'll do 1.5 ounces of grapefruit.
And this is just grapefruit juice.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but use a good quality, true, real grapefruit juice. So you can also fresh squeeze grapefruit. It's just a bit labor intensive when you're putting out a massive amount, but at home that would be a really easy thing to do. And then we're going to go with 1/2 ounce of that rosemary honey syrup because it's fairly rich.
And a half is half of this side, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have a jigger at home, there are little lines, and those are your measuring lines. So I treat cocktails like a recipe that needs to be followed to some extent when you first are learning and you don't really know. And then once you try the cocktail, you can always tweak it and figure out what suits you best.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we're gonna load that shaker up with some ice. And I would say fill that large side about half full because we're gonna be doing a rolling technique, which is where we're gonna shake it up and we're gonna roll all of it into the glass here in front of you.
Okay.
But we don't want so much that we're struggling to get all that in. We can always add more. Perfect. That's all you need. And kombucha is a little bubbly, like you mentioned, and so when you shake it kind of wants to push apart. So you got to be a little careful. You could have a little spill there. And then we're just going to roll all of that, ice included, into that glass. If we have a little much, we can always hold back some of the ice. You get a nice little frothy top when you roll this way.
All right.
We're just going to garnish this with 1/2 wheel of grapefruit. So we're going to tuck this right on down into the glass, into the side. We call it the window. When it's full of ice, it might feel a little difficult, but once you get that kind of wedged down in there, that's perfect. You want a little tucking out. And then we're going to use that rosemary sprig. We're going to just give that a little smack, and that'll help release that beautiful scent, aroma. Yes. And then we'll tuck that down in with that grapefruit. And that'll give you a pretty little festive
that
mocktail.
Is beautiful. Alrighty, and then we'll take a little straw. This one. That is absolutely gorgeous. It smells so good. Okay, here we go.
This one will be a little more kombucha forward than the one on our previous menu too.
That's good. And like I said, with this mocktail, it doesn't even feel like that you don't have any spirits because of that bubbly component to kombucha.
Yeah.
It still makes it fun. So whether you're not drinking, you're pregnant, you just want something different to give a break. Yeah, just to, do something different. This is available here. Awesome. Okay, on to the next. Okay, Kristen, for our last cocktail, of course, because it's getting cold outside, there's nothing better than a warm beverage.
Yes.
And you have one on your menu. That's a cocktail.
Right.
So what is it?
Yeah, so this is brand new, because I mentioned high rye bourbon is new this year for our winter menu. And we wanted to do a mulled cider. So we thought that would be really tasty with the rye flavor and help kind of just balance it out.
Yes, I like it. It's spiked cider. Okay.
So we've done all the hard work in advance, but what's in the picture there is apple cider, cranberry, cinnamon, clove, star anise. So it's got lots of nice warm spice flavors, blending, pretty color from the cranberry. And then we've
smells so good.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
You just heated it
the
up.
aroma when you heat that up is amazing.
Yes.
So,
okay. So how should we build this?
Yeah, it's going to be an easy build. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of our high rye bourbon.
Okay.
Which is going to be, if you've got that tall side of the jigger, it's going to be to that line on the interior there.
Okay. Wonderful.
Apparently, I love orange bitters this season, so we're going to add one more dash of that in there as well.
Listen, love that.
And then we're just going to top it off nearly up to the rim with our mulled cider. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Smells so good. All the way up. Whoop.
And then we want to, dress it up, doll it up some. So we're going to take another one of those dehydrated oranges, some star anise, a cranberry, and just kind of let that rest on the top of the drink. And then we're going to rest the cinnamon stick across the rim.
Okay.
If you go on that flat side, it helps it not roll around on your drink. And if you put it off to the edge, it gives it a little bit of a refined look as well.
Like that?
Yeah, just in enough that you feel secure. It's not going to roll away on you.
Yeah. Lovely.
If you like a little stir, wood stirs are a nice little accent as well.
Okay, put it in there like that.
Absolutely. Kind of reminds you now of what it looked like when it was steeping in some sense.
And there we go. And what is this called?
This is Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. Okay. Is it going to be hot? Let's see. I feel like, it's a little hot, but it's good. I feel like this will probably clear up a cold.
Yeah.
You know, work that magic
It's like
internally.
an extra flavorful alternative to a hot toddy.
Hot toddy, yes.
Hot toddy, that honey old cove would make an amazing
really?
hot
Okay.
toddy. Yeah.
I love the circle back this here. Wow. The flavor is so rich. You must have boiled that for a while.
Yeah.
Like all the herbs in?
Absolutely, yeah.
So good. And you all can actually enjoy all of these cocktails on their winter menu by coming into Edwin Co. on Fridays and Saturdays, because you all are popping each day, right?
That's right, every weekend.
Yes. And also people can come in to actually get the best gift and
Yes.
stocking stuffer
That's right.
that we have here. So of course the honeycomb and these chocolate booze.
Booze-infused chocolates.
Yes. Okay. So, and there's so many different flavors, and people can order it online or what?
They can order the booze-infused chocolates online for pickup. Stop in. We also offer bottle shop hours, so Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 3 to 6 p.m. So if you're driving by or in the area, pop on in, come and see us. Honestly, if there's a vehicle here, swing on in.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. We're happy to help you.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.
And if you would like more information about Edwin Co. Spirits, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Edwin Co. Spirits. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and also by downloading the WANE app. And I'll leave you with this. While you're out, give a little smile, give a little wave, share a little light and love today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.